It took the Cuban Medical Brigade 3 days to reach the town of Leogán, epicenter of Haiti's massive earthquake. Cuban doctors are a familiar sight in Haiti. In fact, they've been working here for 12 years.
The institution as such is going to stay as long as needed. It could be years.
And Haiti is not the only country to host Cuba's medical ambassadors. They're also here in rural Guatemala, where this Cuban clinic welcomes patients looking for cataract surgery.
We call this a miracle because to make someone see who can't see, Cuba gives these people the opportunity for a free operation without any commitment. The objective is that the light would come. That's all.
Dr. Delgado is one of 600 Cuban doctors providing free medical services in Guatemala. Their goal is to reduce blindness, one surgery at a time.
Operation Miracle publicly gives us great satisfaction because we have results. Here in Guatemala specifically, we've had 1 million operations.
Waiting rooms in Cuban clinics display revolutionary slogans and portraits of Fidel Castro. Since Castro took power in 1959, the Cuban government has sent as many as 185,000 medical workers overseas.
Probably 30, 40 countries in Africa that receive this assistance, in addition to about 30 in Latin America and the Caribbean. And then you have to take into account Asia. So this is a global program, a very ambitious global program that Castro has used for 40, 50 years.
Roger Noriega was an assistant secretary of state in the second Bush administration. He says Cuba's Fidel Castro had much more than humanitarian goals in mind when he launched his medical brigades.
The guy is bright, obviously, and he thinks strategically, and he saw this as a way to build sympathy for his government, for his regime.
Cuban doctors in Guatemala earn goodwill among the poor and with the government. President Rafael Espada, a surgeon himself, is pleased to see Cubans serving where Guatemalan doctors won't go.
The financial compensation for general practitioners in the rural area was extremely low, so no physicians wanted to really go to those parts.
But orthopedic surgeon Manuel Alzugaray, a Cuban exile in Miami, says the host countries also pay Cuba a fee for each doctor they receive.
They are renting them, charging in dollars, paying them in Cuban pesos, and getting richer and richer and richer because that money doesn't go to the people.
It's a form of slave labor, says Noriega.
Remember, when he sends these people overseas, he insists, Castro does, that their families don't leave the country, can't leave the country, because they are held essentially as hostages to try to dissuade these doctors from defecting.
Yet many Cuban doctors are escaping to freedom. A special State Department program has given political asylum to some 1,500 Cuban doctors and their families since 2006. Dr. Alzugaray remembers meeting one of the early Cuban brigades in Nicaragua.
From the 100 members, 75 left the brigade and came to freedom through Costa Rica and then to the United States.
And while the Cuban government uses its doctors to earn favor abroad, ordinary Cubans are paying the price back home.
Medical installations in Cuba are a disaster. Most hospitals and health centers are in ruins. The ones, of course, for the common people. Because there are centers and modern health services with a degree of technology designed to care for the tourist, for those who pay with hard cash, for elite government personnel.
Dr. Alfonso fled Cuba after medical school. He says Castro's brigades do much more than medical work.
Intelligence and political personnel accompany the medical brigade and do their work.
That work is done quietly, while the doctors themselves create goodwill for Cuba. In fact, their presence in foreign countries deflects criticism and helps assure Cuba's political survival. And so with benefits like these, Cuba is unlikely to bring its doctors home anytime soon. George Thomas, CBN News.